Yo guys, and welcome to a new review. Today I will be talking about Exit 8. Alright, so Exit 8 is a video game movie adaptation from Japan that is now airing all in the territories all over the world, and I have to say, it's kind of going over everyone's head that this is a video game adaptation because, well, the game is not that known necessarily. A lot of people do know it though, because it went viral in 2024 because of how simple it was, and on TikTok and on Instagram Reels it became a very big concept. I have played it on my channel as well. If you want to see that video, you can see it all the way over there. There you can see it. So yeah, you can see it on there. I will try that game once more in the future because, well, now that I have seen the movie, I have seen some more anomalies. If you don't know what the concept of Exit 8 is, it's very simple. A man is stuck inside of this metro station and he has to find Exit 8. And it's the same hallway where the same things are happening and the same things are hanging against the wall every time you walk through it. And you have to go around the corner, you see the hallway, and you have to go around another corner, and then you will get to the first point again. The thing is, you start at Exit 0 and you have to get to Exit 8, but if you see an anomaly, so something that is a kind of weird or should not be there, or is only a slight little bit different, if it's only a pixel lower than anything else, it's an anomaly, you have to turn back. Otherwise, you just keep going straight, and if there's an anomaly, you have to go back. It's a very simple game. I have played it for an hour. I did not do it yet because I am terrible at seeing these anomalies sometimes, but you can accidentally, or you can actually speed run this entire game in 5 minutes if you want to. So how do you make a movie adaptation of a concept so incredibly simple? How do you do that? How do you make a 95-minute movie out of a concept you can speed run in 5 minutes? The way to do it is by adding a lot of fluff and adding a lot of story. And in some capacity in this film, I absolutely loved it. And in some capacity of this film, I absolutely thought it was really unnecessary. And if you think about a 90-minute movie, I could definitely say that this movie could have been a lot shorter. And people often say to me, but it's only 90 minutes long, how the fuck are you gonna make it shorter? Well, to that I will say, the theater release of Good Boy, the horror movie about a dog, is only 79 minutes long. It's possible, and people will buy a ticket for it. People will not travel hours and hours for it, but you can easily fit it into a double feature, if you think about it smartly. So this concept and this movie, it tried to add a little bit too much fluff. There is the story about the walking man that is also in the game, and they added a lot of backstory for him, which I absolutely loved. It was great. It was at the point in the film where I was like, okay, all jokes aside, but it's becoming repetitive, and I kind of want something else to happen because I was only 30 minutes into the film. I thought I couldn't make it to the full 95 minutes if it was just going to be like that, because the movie absolutely does feel like you are playing the video game or you are watching someone play the video game. Only the person playing the video game absolutely sucks at what they are doing, and you have to watch it for 90 minutes and we're like, oh my god. And that is exactly the point where they decided, look, okay, let's try something else, and let's now focus on the man's story and how the man got there at that point, which I loved. You will see this man in the game and you will just think nothing about it. You will just think that he is part of everything. But there's a lot more to it, and the backstory they added for him and the backstory they added for this entire experience that you're about to have in that area, I loved it. There were also some other things that they added, like an entire backstory for our main character with the children and the wife and an ex-wife and stuff like that, that you only really see from the phone perspective because, well, obviously he is alone in that area. And that worked enough to create some emotional moments for our character to have, but also feels completely unnecessary because they really cannot go anywhere apart from a moral standpoint that becomes really apparent in the film later on, which is why that singular part of the film feels like it could have been cut out of it and it wouldn't have made a difference entirely. You could have had some hints to something, but you can also just add something way more simple to have a time pressure and stuff like that, instead of the thing that they added now, because that was just a little bit too much for a concept this simple. The concept did work for the moral story of this film, because that is genuinely genius. It's a video game and it's a film where you have to see anomalies and have to keep going or go back. It's about the simplest of choices. It's about how the smallest of things can become a great thing near the end. If you are in exit 7 and you see a small anomaly of just the 1 pixel and you don't see it and you go forward, you're back to 0. And they try to give you some moral compass to it and some moral ambiguity as to how it all works and to how it all feels connected to each other. And they connect it to the story of that walking man, but also the story of our main character and the child and the ex-wife and stuff like that. And they give you a great moral choice in how important it is to think about every choice you're about to make in life and how every single choice matters, and that is what I genuinely, deeply loved about this film. I thought that was a great way to do it. That was a great way of adding fluff and adding a story to it, even though that what they decided to do with the story for him personally wasn't as interesting as everything going on inside of that tunnel. So in the end, this film definitely is one of the better video game adaptations. It's a very simple concept and they absolutely nailed it on that story front and on that adapted front, because this entire hallway looked like it was taken out of the game as a photorealistic copy of it. It was perfect, absolutely perfect, down to the last minute details. Everything from the game was there in exactly the same spot, and that is maybe the biggest feat I can give this film. It looks incredible and it looks like the most faithful adaptation I have seen ever. In the end, I'm going to give this one 3.5 stars and a heart, because it definitely deserves that. It wasn't the greatest film. It could have been very much shorter. Could have been a perfectly fine 75-minute movie. It's a bit too long, and that is what is taking the greatness out of this thing. What did you think of Exit 8? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'd like to see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye-bye.